Hello everybody. Today we will be talking about the power of psychometric assessment and coaching to drive performance. At the end of the session, you'll have the opportunity to ask any questions that you may have. We really value your opinion and we want to bring you the resources that you need and that interest you. So just before we finish, you'll be asked to complete a short feedback survey and we'd be really appreciative if you would take a few minutes to complete it. So hello everybody, my name is Kerry Cooper and I'm a coach and HR business partner within the Clover HR team. And today's webinar is brought to you by Clover Coaching, which is part of the Clover HR service offering. With nearly 20 years experience in HR and communications, I've seen how meaningful one-to-one conversations really help managers and employees to be more focused on the job in hand, achieve their goals and be more engaged. Clover HR offers organisations coaching expertise, providing confidential one-to-one coaching and team sessions with employees or managers, either in person or video call. So coaching can be on an individual one-to-one basis between the client and the coach, or it can be as a team with the coach facilitating in groups activities in a workshop setting. So what is coaching? In its simplest terms, coaching is a form of personal development that firstly helps people identify and utilise their strengths and motivation, and secondly helps people identify and remove their blocks that are stopping them from being their best in order to achieve their potential and perform at their best and achieve their goals. So how do we do that? At Clover, we're trained coaches and we use empathy, questioning and listening and coaching exercises with clients, including techniques to discover what the real issues or self-beliefs are about themselves. And these self-beliefs that are giving strength to their block or blocks and preventing our clients from achieving greatness. Once we've identified the blocks preventing our client from doing or achieving what they want or need, we develop a plan together with goals to overcome the blocks. We work through a series of exercises together to help the client understand themselves and their blocks better, in order to challenge their current way of unhelpful thinking and self-limiting beliefs. We set goals to change unhelpful thinking and behaviours, and the client has tools to use between weekly sessions. Clients will have personal breakthroughs and they can see themselves differently with greater perspective so that they can make changes and achieve their goals. New habits and ways of thinking are set in place, developing a positive, can-do mindset and resolve any issues. At Clover Coaching, we're here for our clients emotionally, and our clients really matter to us. We take a person-centred approach here at Clover throughout all of our services, and our services include HR business partnership, employability, and coaching and mentoring. So, what is psychometric assessment? Psychometric assessments can evaluate a person's personality, skills, and/or intelligence. They're often used by employers for recruitment purposes to hire the right candidate profile for the role to fit with the existing team in place and assimilate well with the company culture. Personality profile assessments include Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, Gallup Clifton Strengths 34, DISC, and actually it's personality profiles that we'll focus on mostly in today's webinar. Most assessments provide reports with recommended actions and areas to focus on. And these are really useful, but many organisations don't keep a focus on their employees and their managers utilising their reports. And this can mean in some cases, the time and money investment into the psychometric assessment initiative is lost. Psychometric assessments can also be used for employee development and team formation and building. And it's here that combined with coaching, psychometric assessments are powerful to improve an employee's performance. Coaching the employee using the personality profile report is one way to ensure that the investment in psychometric assessment is realised, as there are tangible SMART goals and performance outcomes for the employee to achieve. The benefit of combining a psychometric assessment with coaching is that the employee already has a shortcut to a concise report that gives them insight into their personality, behaviours, traits, preferred way of working, values and needs. It also gives reflection time for the employee to digest understand, and in some cases scrutinise the report for its accuracy, often turning to a trusted person to validate the report. This is a really good starting point for the employee to begin or continue their personal development journey. Coaching employees on either a one-to-one basis or in a team coaching session using their personal psychometric assessment helps the employee focus on specific areas in order to improve their performance. It's a safe, confidential coaching relationship between coach and the employee that empowers the employee to grow and learn more about themselves. In a team coaching environment, the group can learn more about themselves and each other, albeit the team coaching session is absolutely confidential between the participants. Coaching using psychometric assessments are also an opportunity to acquire new skills and knowledge aligned to their personal development, as well as achieving tangible SMART performance goals. So how does combining psychometric assessment with team coaching practically work? Clever Coaching can provide a psychometric assessment tool, or it might be that the organisation has already rolled out psychometric assessment, but has not done anything with it beyond reading and discussing it. Our goal is for your organisation to see real value, benefits, and return on investment from the psychometric assessment. The planning stage will involve consultation with management in order for the coach to design it to fit your needs, the culture of the organisation, and gear exercises to the desired outcomes needed by the organisation, including which techniques will be used and the roles and responsibilities of the participants. As pre-work, we will expect the employees to already complete the assessment and read their report, so they've already had a chance to reflect on it, understand it, and scrutinise it for validity, and so they're prepared to talk about the report and ask any questions that they may have in the workshop. The workshop normally takes the form of 2 half days, and the coach will write the content of the workshop and will lead and facilitate the group's activities during the workshop. The first session is for the employees to set their personal development goals, and the second session is to reinforce the employees' personal development and keep a focus on their learnings and changes, having made personal discoveries from the report. It may be appropriate to also include follow-up one-to-one sessions, one-to-one coaching sessions, for example, with leadership, talent, or employees who are struggling with personal problems. The outcome of the workshop is usually that the employees set and agree their SMART individual personal development goals linked to their assessment to maximise their performance with a specific plan of how they will be achieved. If appropriate, the team will also co-create a SMART team goal or goals where employees can use their talents highlighted in their individual assessment, and the team will agree who's responsible and accountable for, and everybody will commit to the change and their role in it. Our trained coaches facilitate the employees' thinking and discussion so that they can achieve personal breakthroughs or realizations about why they are who they are, and that will be shown in the assessment, how they can make changes and utilize these learnings as a base for personal development to achieve their goals. Our coaches guide to enable and encourage employees to open up and be vulnerable when discovering more about themselves and sharing with the team if comfortable doing so. We always ask for all participants to respect privacy and have a non-judgmental approach by agreeing to confidentiality before the session starts as an absolute prerequisite. So, how does psychometric assessment and team coaching drive performance? What is actually the results and the benefits? Well, firstly, what we see is improved personal performance because each of the employees are going through their personal development journey. They're learning more about themselves. They're learning more about people they work with. They're learning more about the customers they serve, how to interact with people, how they perform best. And ultimately, that's going to reflect in their personal productivity, meaning their individual productivity, and also their contribution to the team and the organisation. And this means lower costs or getting more for your money as a business owner or manager leader. Because the employee gets to know themselves a lot better, they will understand how they work best and how to manage their work and life best and get that balance in place. It might be that they've identified that they work better using a certain form of organisational tool, for example. They might perform better when they write notes on OneNote or use voice notes rather than writing in a notebook. They might do better to work early in the morning and late at night, and perhaps your organisation is home working at the moment or is already showing that kind of flexibility within the organisation, and that might be possible. So it gives that improved personal development. And actually, many people, once they start working on their personal development, they continue and they become more and more fascinated with how the mind works and how we can be happier, healthier, more productive, and perform better in our lives, and be more creative as well. So that would be on the personal performance. In terms of communication, when we understand ourselves better, we can understand how we interact with others better. And we can also understand others better, what makes them tick, how they best receive information, how they best respond to requests, for example, how to encourage or influence others better. Once we know how we work better ourselves, what makes us tick might not be what somebody else ticks, makes somebody else ticks. And personal development is not only introspective, it also helps us think about the other person or people that we're working with and how they might be thinking, feeling, behaving, and the reasons why. That also, for those reasons, that relationships are improved, and this could be in the workplace and also personally at home, and also improve well-being overall. I've got an example here with assessments that are delivered by Gallup Clifton Strengths 34, and you can actually see the research. And I'm going to go on and talk about a case study in the next slide using Gallup's Clifton Strengths 34, because this is an assessment that I've been got a certification in coaching. And really, if you wanted to have the facts, it's the benefits of the Gallup Clifton Strengths 34 shows from millions of data points of people all around the world taking this assessment. They've actually done workplace surveys as well over the years and identified that actually those who perform this assessment, the Clifton Strengths 34 assessment, and then actually use it and put the changes in place in the workplace, those employees are 6 times more likely to be engaged at work. And when a person is more engaged at work, employee engagement is essentially meaning that that employee is willing to go over and above. So that's going to affect positively impact your productivity and your profitability. It's also going to have an impact in the culture of the organisation, because that person being more engaged will encourage others and will have a more positive outlook. If you already run employee engagement initiatives and perhaps you're struggling, perhaps you've hit a kind of like a brick wall where you feel like you've done everything you can to improve engagement, and actually engagement has now maybe become a set of employee requests rather than what actually moves the dial in engagement, which is employees going over and above to get the job done. Is that one way might be to bring this kind of assessment and personal development in place, because then you can actually target people using their strengths and putting those benefits into practice. And also organisations that use the Clifton Strengths 34 and coaching and put the benefits in place are 7.8% more productive in their roles. So the employees that can do that are more productive, and they are also 3 times more likely to have an excellent quality of life. So that's research from a global organisation that has used millions of data points and thousands of workplace studies in order to back up the benefits of psychometric assessment and team coaching to drive performance for individuals and organisations. So looking at our case study, I've delivered this kind of workshop before, and if you would be interested in doing the Clifton Strengths 34, you can purchase it individually. This is not affiliated with Clover, by the way. You can purchase it for £50 individually online, and then you can do the assessment, you'll get your report, which includes personal development tips for improving your performance, maximizing your strengths, and also managing your weaknesses as well. So that is available to purchase. You don't need to sign a contract or anything like that if you would be interested. And the way that I've used this in organizations in the past is that the top 5 strengths which are identified. So effectively what the assessment is there's a number of questions that the person answers. And as a result of that, their report shows them out of the 34 themes, and these might be things like themes are behaviors or attributes, traits, and you get full definitions in the assessment. But for example, one is achiever, another is somebody who is motivated by goal setting. Another is responsibility, so that's somebody who has the traits of naturally taking the lead. Another one is maximizer, which is somebody that not only wants to achieve their goals, but they want to go even further than that. So they are somebody who likes to be really stretched. Another one is relator, which is where somebody's got a particular strength in terms of their interpersonal skills, and communicating well with others, connecting with others, building relationships easily. So these are just some examples of the 34 themes, and each person that does this assessment will have those 34 themes ordered. And what the report does is it takes the top 5 or the top 10, depending on the kind of report that you purchase. Some organizations just purchase the top 5 because it's more cost effective if you wanted to use it for a wider number of employees. But if you went in for the £50 purchase, then you'd get your top 10 strengths. So that would show you the order, and then you can, once you know what your top 5 strengths are, you're able to really understand yourself and what you're really good at. And basically the principle of Clifton Strengths 34, and it's been around for a really long time, for over 50 years, is that it really was quite groundbreaking when it came in place, because it changed the traditional form of thinking of education as focus on your weaknesses, fix your weaknesses, and actually flipped it to instead identify, understand, focus, and invest your time in your strengths. Because actually, if somebody focused 1 hour a day on something they're good at, or doing an activity in a way that they're most talented to do so. So say, for example, it might be for an achiever, they can do more if they set themselves goals. So if they know that they're an achiever, then they can actually invest an hour in work where they've got specific goals to achieve within that hour. Somebody who wouldn't have that in their top 5 wouldn't be motivated in the same way. So that 1 hour wouldn't be as productive. So really, that's very different to education, the way that has been in the past, and the way in the workshop we enable our employees to understand that is that we ask them to write a sentence multiple times within a time limit using their dominant hand, and then do the same using their non-dominant hand, and compare the two and have a discussion around that. And actually, why spend time using your non-dominant hand when you can instead use your dominant hand, and when you invest that time you can learn calligraphy or create something else. You might start doing pictures, for example, sketching. So that's in that team coaching workshop, it really helped the participants understand how valuable it is to understand what they're good at, and to only manage, not invest huge amounts of time in their weaknesses. So once that realization has gone into place, then the team will, in the workshop, will discuss their strengths. So that would be their top 5, and agree how they can use them and create goals in order to do that. And the reason that we have the goals in place is to ensure keeping the focus on the learnings within the workshop, because that's absolutely part of the return on the investment, is that this isn't a one-time activity. this is the beginning or the continuation of a personal development journey. And so after that initial workshop, there may be other exercises put in place. It's a bespoke workshop we put together with our clients. Normally there would be in 2 weeks a follow-up session, which is geared around putting strengths into action and check in on your goals, how did you get on, and also do some more coaching exercises and do some more learning about strengths. And then many organisations also choose to do one-to-one coaching on the back of that. So where they might have, say, for example, leaders, top talent, employees with potential for promotion. It might be that the organisation invests in one-to-one coaching with them to really embed the new ways of thinking, behaviours, and the new ways of working, because those leaders and managers, they're going to be managing teams, maybe 1, 2, 3 layers in their organisation, and they want for their employees to perform at their best. So what's really great is when they have one-to-one coaching, it helps them with their personal development journey, so they can then encourage others and then lead by example and really put that culture in place. And also another way of keeping the focus is to add these goals to employees' personnel development plans. So your SMART goals that come out of your top 5 and your development reports, the team coaching and any individual coaching that you've had and all those learnings, to actually put that into your personal development plan. So now we've seen the power of psychometric assessment and coaching combined to drive performance. If you'd like to discuss your need, please get in touch. And Clover Coaching can provide a bespoke coaching service using either your existing or an alternative psychometric assessment of your choice to support and grow your business through your people. You can contact me on my WhatsApp by scanning your laptop if you've got it. Otherwise, you can send me an email to kerry@cloverhr.co.uk. You can also connect with me on social media on LinkedIn. So we're now opening up to answer any questions that you may have. If you could please raise your hand with any questions, that would be great. And of course, if you'd rather discuss on a one-to-one basis, then please reach out to us by phone, email, or social. Okay, as we've no further questions, then I'll move on then. So for more interesting content and resources to support your business and your people, definitely check out our videos and posts on social media and subscribe to our newsletter via our website. We have absolutely loads of free employment resources, so please check them out. We also offer a HR, recruitment, training, learning and development, outplacement service, CV writing service, plenty of, basically we support all your HR needs. So if you would be interested in any of our services, definitely check out our website or get in touch and we'll be able to help you. Our next coaching webinar is on the 4th of February at 2021 at 11 o'clock. And we'll be discussing the effect of perfectionism, lack of self-belief and confidence issues in the workplace. And if you'd like to register, please go to cloverhr.co.uk/upcoming-webinars/. We really value your feedback so that we can continue to bring you interesting and valuable webinars. And to help us do this, at the end of this webinar, there'll be a very quick survey which will appear on your screen, and we'd be really grateful if you could take the time to complete it. Thank you so much for your time and attention today. I really hope that you've enjoyed our webinar and have a wonderful Christmas, Happy New Year, and hope to connect with you soon. Thank you. Bye.